bets on U.S. blue and added some exposure to media companies, according to Berkshire Hathaway's latest regulatory filing. Berkshire has added a new position in Liberty Media and made a near $1 billion investment in DirecTV, raising its stake nearly fivefold. And let's see what's on the calendar for the U.S. today as well. Investors have their eyes, of course, on the Fed at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. The Federal Reserve will release the minutes from its latest FOMC meeting. And of course, we have a lot of economic data coming out as well. At 8:30, we're going to get the Empire State Survey. Industrial production data comes out at 9:15 a.m. And at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the National Association of Home Builders releases its latest survey. So we'll be watching for those very closely. And we're going to get some earnings from U.S. retailer Abercrombie & Fitch and CNBC parent company Comcast as well. And still with us, of course, is Ryan Mumy, founding partner and principal of Mumy Financial Advisors. Ryan, I want to start with you in terms of the earnings picture. When we look at the bull market that we've seen in terms of U.S. equities, earnings have been a really big part of that. What do you expect to see from Abercrombie today that's going to give us a hint about the consumer? Of course, we had those retail sales numbers yesterday that left a little to be desired.
Yeah, retail sales over the holiday season, they weren't outstanding. They were okay, and I would expect that Abercrombie & Fitch's earnings would reflect that, that they'll be around expectations. Retail is traditionally a sector that does well after the economy is already off and running and people are spending money, and we haven't seen that yet. We've seen an increase in savings more so than spending at this point in the recovery.
All right, and let's switch gears for a second and talk about the Eurozone crisis and Greece specifically. Of course, a lot of the headlines coming out saying that Greece has totally blown it in terms of securing that next piece of its bailout in a timely fashion. How focused do you think the markets are going to be today on the headlines coming out of Greece and that conference call with the Eurozone finance ministers? I mean, if the futures are any indication, it looks like we're set for a little bit of a rally today.
Yes, you know, as I said in October, Europe's far behind us as far as monetary policy. And Greece has a lot of debt issues that they are not working through. They are not meeting the demands of the other EU countries. So they have a rough road ahead, and they either need to rope off the Greece issue to prevent it from becoming more of a Lehman situation that spreads to other countries and monetary systems, or Greece needs to step up to the table and follow through with what the rest of the EU wants.
Yeah, just on that final point, Nick, final word from you on that. Have we roped it off? Can we rope it off? Are the politicians right to try and let it go? Are they playing with fire or not?
Well, they're playing with fire in the sense that the Greek finance minister meant it. But, you know, the theory is that there's a lot more foam on the runway, to use Geithner's phrase, than there was previously. And there's got to be a suspicion now that, you know, there's quite a lot of people who are trying to shunt Greece towards the exit.
Yeah, although...
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much to our guests this morning, Ryan Mumy, and of course, Nick Karn as well. And that wraps it up for Worldwide Exchange. I'm Jackie DeAngelis in the United States.
And I'm Ross Westgate here in Europe. But European stocks are up ahead of the US Open. Coming up next, of course, Squawk Box with a countdown to the opening of equities and markets stateside. Wherever happens, though, we hope you have a profitable day. Very goodbye for now.